My name is Stanley, and I am the owner of Imagination Comics. Well, I wouldn't say Imagination Comics like in a comic book because I haven't created a comic book yet. But that is my dream, and my goal is to start creating comics. Like, I'm good at creating stories, and I figure ever since I was young, like I was like 18 when I first created. I think I created my first character, and I want to try to bring it to the y'all people. And like I said, this is my face, so yeah, I guess you could tell it's me because I did the. But anyway, I'm about to talk to y'all guys about what I really want to do with this channel. Now, eventually, like I said, I want to start creating comics, but I don't know how to draw. So I'm trying to go to school to learn how to draw. It might take a little while, considering that it's kind of expensive right now to try to learn from scratch because I know very little about drawing, and I can't pay nobody to help me because I don't have that kind of money. And I figured the best way for me to put my content out there for people to see it is on YouTube. And I feel like I got some good stories. Now, some of the stories are short stories, and some of the stories are basically for comic books. Like the earlier stories I did are basically for comic books. But as I got older and as I realized that I couldn't draw, I started kind of making short stories, and I'm gonna convert those into like comic books. I'm gonna take little pieces out and convert those into comic books. And one of the things I want to talk about is like how the channel is going to work. Like, I'm going to put at least one video out a week. Yeah, starting right now. Like, starting right now, I'm going to put about one video out a week. Well, one story out a week. And then in the next few days, I'm going to talk about the character, like go in depth about the character, give you my opinions about how it felt to create that character, and so forth. Give you information that you couldn't possibly know by just listening to the story. And that's another thing that I gotta learn too. I gotta learn how to use, like the voice to text feature. All this is gonna take some time because I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever. Like I said, right now I'm recording this on a smartphone, so I hope y'all guys can bear with me. Like, even though I know it, smartphones ain't got the best quality. They decent, but it's certain things like I know I'm going to talk about like my car. I'm going to put my car stuff on this channel. It ain't going to be no car channel at all. Absolutely not. Like I said, my goal is to become a comic book kind of channel. Like, I'm planning on going to like art classes. Well, not art classes, drawing classes. It's gonna be over the. It's gonna be over the internet. Like, they're gonna do it over the internet. It's not gonna be in person. But I'm gonna say that for like another video because if it doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna let y'all guys know it didn't work out. But if it goes great, then I'm gonna have like a whole video on how it was, my experience, how much they helped me, and like I said, if it doesn't work for me, then I just tell y'all guys like it didn't work for me. I'm gonna try something else, but I'm gonna try to keep y'all guys up to up to date. Whatever I'm doing. If it's like with a car thing, or if it's like with a especially my comic book, because like I said, that's my dream right there, is to become a comic creator. And it's certain things that I just can't do right now, But like I said, I want to talk to y'all guys about like stories and such, like what exactly I'm gonna be doing. Like I said, I'm gonna try to put at least. I know I'm gonna put one video out a week with the how my opinions of that character. Now the video's gonna start getting like, I mean, the because you know I gotta start copywriting stories. I copyrighted about 30 stories so far, but I got over, I'm gonna say 800. I stopped counting at 830 characters, but some of them characters are like teams, so they group. So in reality, I got about 400 something stories that I can write, but I only got 30 of them. Like it's either 30 or 40 of them copyrighted. I really got 40 of them copyrighted, but 30 of them I only received the copyrighted paper. I gotta call the copywriting people to see what happened to my fourth copywriting paper, stating that it's mine, it's my work. But I'm planning on taking y'all guys on the adventure of me learning how to draw. And I know some of y'all guys are probably gonna laugh when y'all guys see that, my drawing isn't really that great at first, but it'll get better over time. I'm just thinking this off the top of my head too. Like, I don't know YouTube that well. Like, I'll eventually learn all that stuff, like how to talk on camera and how to already have this stuff, written down on a piece of paper, so I could just give y'all guys like back to back without really even thinking. Like, give y'all guys information back to back without really thinking. But right now, I'm just trying to think of some things like that I was going to talk about, because when I first got on camera, I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know what exactly to say. But only, like I said, like I basically told you what I'm gonna do. Like, what I want to do is become a comic book writer. But it's gonna take some time to do that. And there's some stuff that the first comic I'm gonna put out is Conveyant Bonds. I think she goes by Water Woman. My bad. Yeah, I got a little bit of a speech problem, but y'all guys will probably get used to it. But I got I think because I did the story some time ago, so I think she started off as Water Woman, but she goes into becoming Conveyant Bonds, and that'd be the first story that I put out, and that was really a short story, so y'all guys would really like that one. I'm guessing, because it's not just like a comic book. It's not like a paragraph or something like that. See, with the paragraph, like with the comics that are a paragraph, I might do more than one. I got to figure out how I'm really gonna lay that content out for y'all guys, because some of it is kind of like, I don't know, some of it, like I said, is basically for comic books. It's really for comic books. Like, comic books, you can't put too much story into it. I found out a lot of people don't like that. A lot of comic book fans do not like that. So some of my stories are a little bit short, lacking of content to tell you about the character. But just keeping in mind, these stories were originally for comics, and I just don't want nobody to get mad and being like, where's the rest of it? This is too short, and this wasn't like the last story that you wrote. It was because, like I said, when I realized I couldn't make a comic, I started doing longer stories, because I thought that would be more entertaining. And not only that, I got stories, but I'm gonna tell y'all guys about some of their powers. I'm gonna put some of their power. I'm just gonna give y'all guys the imagination universe. And y'all guys probably wonder what happened. Why did I call it imagination? I mean, imagine It's called Emagine Comics. Well, the first, like when I was, when I was copywriting my stories, I guess I needed a title because I did a group copywriting thing, and I realized that I had so many characters that it was impossible to just say I had characters. I had to say I had a universe. So what I did was I came up with a quick name. I called it Imagine, like with the I, like actually imagine, imagination. Actually, yeah, I called it Imagination. So at that time, I was like, no, that's too simple. So many people got that name, so I'm gonna call it something else. And so I replaced the I with the E. I know, right? But yeah, I placed the I with the E, and then it became Imagination. But then sometime I felt like that name was too long, so I shortened it to Imagine. So there it's gonna be called Emagine Comics, and the way how I want my series to work is I'm gonna give y'all guys a main series, and then I'm gonna give y'all guys side stories. Like the main stories the main stories I haven't created the beginning yet. I know it's weird, but I haven't created the beginning yet. Like Conveyant Bonds is a main part of the story, but she's not, like, it's not going to spoil anything from the beginning or end. It's not going to spoil anything. So when I make the beginning of the story, I'm gonna go back and edit Conveyant Bonds. I'm gonna edit Conveyant Bonds, and I'm gonna put like what number she's supposed to be, because I'm gonna have it numbered. I'm gonna have everything numbered from number one, value one, to like whatever value it is. And like I said, I'm gonna put Conveyant Bonds out. Like I'm gonna give y'all guys a main series and then side stories. Yeah, I'm gonna try to give y'all guys side stories, because some of the stories I wrote aren't really a part of the main story. I can tell you the main story. The first story is going to be about Black Book. I'm gonna get a little bit into Black Book in a later sit down, because this is also be another thing that I'm planning on doing a lot. Is, like I said, a sit down, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk to y'all guys, tell y'all guys about the character, tell y'all guys what's coming up without trying to spoil anything, like how I did with Black Book. Just know that Black Book's a character that I really haven't got copyrighted yet. Yeah, I really haven't copyrighted yet, because I waited to copyright him because like I had to still do the beginning, and then I got to do the end. Like it's crazy because I did the middle, but Black Book is gonna be this series is gonna be the Black Book series. I got like a few series, so y'all guys expect a lot of content to come my way, because it's a lot. Like the stories is gonna be a lot, and hopefully when I learn how to draw, I could do comics on the side, I guess. Or it depends on how well people like the virtual audio, because I'm about to try to do virtual audio, but I'm not making any promises, because virtual audio, I've never done that before. So this is just something I'm gonna try to do, and hopefully I can do it, because I really want to. And I'm just trying to do things like, I don't know, give y'all guys like the comic book content, and like my dream is to be like Marvel, DC, and I believe I have potential there. It's just that now I gotta learn how to give it to y'all guys. I have to. Oh, that sounded weird, but no. But I have to learn how to show y'all guys, and I have to learn how to get it to take off, and that is my plans. Like I plan on doing me times. Like me times will be all about me. Like it'll be everything about me, as far as what I do for fun and stuff like that. Like I show things like that. Like I go out sometimes and I play Pokemon Go with my friends, so I might do one video on that, but it's not gonna be like a part of the main channel. I mean, it's not gonna be like a main thing, and it's just like, what do you do on your free time? And that's one of the things I do. But if it ain't about the comics, like I had took a really long hiatus on the comics, like as far as the stories, because I was doing too much too much too fast, and it just got tiring. So like, but I'm ready to get back into it though, actually, and I'm ready to like experience like all the fans and stuff like that. Like I want to see some people really like my comics, and like the first one I'm putting on is Conveyor Bonds, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Like I said, I called her Water Woman. Yes, that is her powers. Her powers are water, but in the earlier stories, without spoiling it, her powers became more than water. They became divine water powers. So, divine water powers, I'm not going to really give that away yet, all the powers away. Well, I might actually give it away when I do the character, like when I talk about the actual character. I'm going to try not to talk about like the future like stories I have of her, but I think y'all guys are going to like Conveyor Bonds, the story, or I should say Water Woman, because that's what she's going by right now. Because at the end of the first story, she became Conveyor Bonds, but that's all I'm going to give y'all guys. I'm not going to tell y'all guys who the villain is, because actually it's two villains, and you know how I go. One is not really a villain. He just, like, I don't want to say too much about it, but yeah, I think y'all guys are gonna love the villain too, because the villain, like I said, like I had this stuff in my head till I was 18, so I kind of know how everything is going to play out already. So I just have to put the stories, get them copyrighted, put them on paper, get them copyrighted, and the villain has a side story as well. So the villain has a side story. Don't worry, she's still gonna be a villain, and but she does have her own side stories and stuff like that. So I'm waiting to see like how exactly I'm gonna play this out. Because like I said, I want to do the main story, and then I want to do the side stories, but I don't have any of this planned out yet, really. But let me see if I could think about something right quick that I can talk about. Some kind of information that y'all guys will want to hear without being spoiled by like any of the stories. I think I have, so far, if I can remember, I have about 3 to 4 different main series. 3 to 4 different main series, but they not like different universes. Like they not different universes. I didn't get that far yet. They just 4 different main events, and I'm gonna block off some of the content for the kids, because I do have like cuss words in there and stuff like that. So if you like if you under 18, like if you a kid, I don't know what YouTube whatever you call it, like what do they cut off the age limit at for you to be like considered you can't watch like adult stuff. I think it's 18, it might be 17, I'm not sure, but regardless, I'm gonna cut it off because it is some content or inappropriate for children, because like I said, it's a comic book, and I'm not gonna let the kid I'm gonna put not for kids and stuff like that, and you gonna have to be like an adult to listen to it. But other than that though, I am gonna have some stories for kids though, like some of them ain't that bad. Like I did copyrighted Termite. I'm not so happy about Termite. Like I'm gonna say that for that video, like the talking video about actually Termite. But just know that I want to redo Termite over. I might still give y'all guys the comic book version, but I want to make a longer version of Termite. I might just say, just leave this one as it is, and then like, because I haven't wrote the second part to Termite 2. Like, even though I have it all in my head, believe me, I really do. I have it all in my head, and I could just write it down. It might take a few days, but you know, Termite, the second part, I can make a short story out of that one instead of like a comic book, what do you call it, concept or sketch or whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna show y'all guys that story. Like Termite will be coming out. Yeah, I know that's probably a weird name. I got used to saying it. Its powers isn't as bad as you think, probably, or you probably puzzled as he got. Do he like break wood easy? And no, that's not the case. That's not why they call him Termite. But I get into that in his video, like whenever I release his story out to the public. And it's going to be like fun sitting here like actually talking to y'all guys, even though this is my first time ever doing this. But eventually, like I said, I'm going to get better because I kind of like doing this. I kind of like sitting here talking to y'all guys, telling y'all guys about how I feel, even though right now I don't know like exactly what to say, but I know once I keep doing these videos it get better. But you know, like I said, the first one is going to definitely be Conveyant Bonds. The second one, I don't know. Like, it might be Termite, it might not be, but I want to get Conveyant Bonds out there, and I want to give y'all guys like a short story, and then I want to give you like a comic book story, and then probably another comic book story, because I think I got more comic book stories right now than I do short stories. But remember, behind the scenes, I'm going to be trying to learn how to draw and all that. And eventually one day I would like to show y'all guys how my characters look. Because right now I can't show you how they look. And before I show you, you know, I got to go through the copyright process. And I got to make every character, I got to draw every character first. And then I give y'all guys like the copyright. After I copyright it, that takes normally about 3 months to get the copyright paper. And then I start showing y'all guys. I probably won't wait till I get the copyright paper though. I probably wait till about maybe a month into it, and then I start putting out the drawings if I know how to draw and all that. And I got some pretty cool concepts. And the reason why I want to learn how to draw too is because nobody can really know your thoughts. Like, you could explain to the people, somebody like you could explain to an illustrator all you want to about how he looked, and you know, he could get close. The illustrator could get close. He or she, I don't want to be sexist, but he or she could get close, but it would never be perfect like it would be in your head, you know. And that's why I am kind of like happy, like, to want to learn how to draw. And what's going to happen is, like, I don't care if I'm not perfect at it, you know, like, cause somebody, I don't care then if like an illustrator take what I drew and made it better, because at the end of the day, it's still my the way that I thought the character would turn out. And you know, like, I'm just gonna see where this whole thing leads to, because I am very excited, and I'm trying to think of some extra stuff. Like, what can I talk about, like, that y'all guys are going to be interested in? Like I said, Conveyor Bonds, I'm going to try to do the first episode, well, not episode, the first story of that volume or something. But like I said, that's a main story, though. But I didn't create the beginning. But when I create the beginning, it's going to be it's gonna be a little bit weird. It's gonna be like y'all guys ain't gonna like. If you keep up, you will be able to understand. Like, but I am start with different universes. I can say that. Like at the beginning, it's gonna be different universes. Like it's gonna be different universes. See, I'm trying to say some stuff, but I don't think. I wonder, do I have them copyrighted? So, like this is gonna take like a couple months to give you like the beginning. It's gonna take you. It's gonna take me a couple months to give you the beginning because I gotta copyright it and stuff like that because I don't want to keep talking about like stuff I haven't copyrighted yet. But I got enough stories, obviously, to last me until the beginning of the story comes out. And like I said, I don't know. I might put like the details of the characters. Like I might put the detail of the character when I talk about it, or I might put it at the end of the story. Like as far as they powers, like what their powers are. And granted, if I show you all their powers, don't mean that they have their powers right now. It just means that overall that's what their powers are. Like they might not have that power during the story, even though I might put it at the end of the story or something like that. Like put all their powers at the end of the story. Like how other, like content is. Like I don't know if I get in trouble for saying like other people's like content, but like people got to grow into their powers and stuff, and that's exactly how my characters are going to be. But even though I might give you their full powers, like give you a layout of their full powers of what they could do, doesn't mean that they can do it now, given in the current story. But I haven't downloaded. I mean, I haven't copyrighted Black Book yet, but I feel safe talking about that, like Black Book. And I want to talk more about Black Book, but I'm gonna leave that for another day because of like, especially because I'm new at this right now. I'm new at talking to a camera. I never talked to a camera before. This is my first time, and I'm kind of scared because I don't know what to really say. But about 2 to 3 months into this, like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna be able to tell y'all guys tons of stuff about my characters without like giving nothing away. Like right now, I can only say certain things about Conveying Bonds because I don't want to give away the story. Just know that I guess I could tell you about Conveying Bonds. Well, no, I can't tell you about Conveying Bonds because that's in the character. Like when I talk about the character, that's when I would talk about that stuff. So I can't do anything about that. But what I can do though is like I said, I'm gonna put like all kind of stories on my YouTube channel. Hopefully I can learn how to do the voiceover stories. It might take me a minute, like from this video to like an actual story coming out. It might take me a minute because like I said, I never put a video together before. So I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try my hardest to do it, and I know eventually it's gonna get better over time. And I already decided to start putting like sound effects in my videos. Like if I hear a gunshot, like if they talk about a gunshot, I'm gonna try to put a gunshot in there, an explosion in there, or sounds. But I gotta learn how to do all that stuff, so I'm not sure if that stuff will be in Conveying Bonds. And I keep calling her Conveying Bonds because that's her real name, but I'm pretty sure it's Water Woman right now. But it's more to come. It's a lot to come actually, and I can't wait to show y'all guys. And like I said, the first video I'm gonna do is Conveying Bonds. Well, first story I'm gonna do is Conveying Bonds, because I think y'all guys would really love that short story, and it's a proper short story. I believe it's a proper short story. And I believe y'all guys are going to love some of the other characters that's in there. I'm pretty sure y'all guys are. And I can't wait to talk about all those characters, even the villain, the true villain. I can't wait to talk about it with y'all. But until then, hi YouTube, this is a new day. Sorry for messing up this video. This is my ending, and I'm about to sign out.